Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is ROBLOX here, and today I am in Shard Online Beta. Surprising. The beta release just came out 2 days ago at night, at like 10 p.m. my time, so like Eastern time. And I've grinded the entire night, and I almost reached max level during that time. And by the time it was midday the next day, I actually reached max level, which is level 40. Which is really awesome. Now, there is a lot of changes from alpha that I will actually be showing you. But first I will just explain the main things, the simple things actually, and the more obvious ones. First off, there are obviously new weapons and armor. I will show you right now. So at the forge, we actually have new items to craft. We have a flame trident protector, level 35 shield. Schedule later. Sorry, there's just something that's popped up about updates. Dual wielded etcher, which is the daggers. Shark Spear, which is the great sword. Swamp Split Blades, which are one-handed, and then the green scale armor, which I'm using right now. These are all the best weapon types in the game right now. But there are quite a bit of effort to grind, not gonna lie. It took me like a couple hours to get like 2 of the one-handeds, a two-handed, and then the armor itself. The armor itself took a lot of time because the green skills are insanely rare, even with ×2 drop chance. Alright. There are also new items in the shop. In the shops, there's obviously new armors and weapons up to level 35 of their respected stats. So, like for instance, we have the Obsidian Infused Blade, which are 22 level 22 one-handed. Foul Killers, which are level 26, and then the Temple Longswords, which are level 30. Alright. There are obviously UI differences as well. The health and stamina, the health bar and the little number fonts on them have changed. These guys here, they've also changed. There's a Game Pass in-game Game Pass shop for double coins, double experience, double drop chance, and dual wielding. This little banner here is the guild button. And it would just show, and normally it would show you if you're not in a guild, it will say you need 450 Robux to form a guild of your own. But since I'm already in one, it just displays the description and the guild leader. Stats in the middle, nothing much. The max weapon stat is also level 40, just so we don't get all overpowered on full release. The next one is the party, which hasn't really changed at all since alpha. And then inventory, the currency is now actually being displayed on the bottom of the inventory, so it won't show up on right under your health and stamina bars. And there's obviously some new items like the spider fangs, the spider shells. Let's see, Trident's Bane. And then all that other stuff, and you can actually get a mount too. Hold on, I'll show you the mounts. The only mount in the game right now is the brown horse, which you can buy for 30 silver right here. The level 1 mount. Let me get the mount real quick. So when you have it in inventory, you just click it and just press mount, and then if you want to unequip it, you just click it again and just press unmount. But the controls are the same as you walk around normally. So, and it gives you and it's faster than sprinting in game. So, it's good to have these, but they're pretty expensive, 30 silver. I'll just mount this, and then if you're an alpha tester, here's the good part. You actually get a back item, which is the Alpha Cape. Personally, I don't like this alpha cape. Hold on, let me get a more better armor to use this on. There we go. It looks pretty nice on some armors, not gonna lie, but just the red, white from the Knights of the Shard, or what was it? I forgot what it was. I know it's like simply obvious, I just can't think of it at the top of my head. But it's from Knights of the Blood, I think it's called. I like the colors, which reminded me of them. It looks really cool, not gonna lie, on some armors. But for example, if I were to use my green scale armor again, if I could just get that out. Like, it would just like clip in through some of the armor, which I don't find really all that nice, appealing look. I can show you the some of the new armors. This one, the Swamp Wildling, is a level 30. You finally get to not wear any shirts. Freaking awesome. Oh, if you're wondering why my hair is purple instead of blue, it's because my guild requires purple hair. And if I wanted to leave the guild, I can, and I have the Robux to change my hair back, so it doesn't matter too much. Where is it? Where's the other one? Yes, the Final Little Armor, which is 35. I personally find this to be really appealing. It's like one of my favorite looking armors in the game. Probably the best. And I'll just put my green scale armor back on. Alright. Another big update. Chapter 2 is available, which is the Cerulean jungle. Yeah. But if you want to get to that area normally, you have to. Hold on, let me turn on the AC because it's getting pretty hot there. Sorry if it's background noise. Alright. So if you want, in order to get to the jungle area, you have to be level 23 at least. And once you have those oh, and I thought you had to beat Grunt as well, but nah, you don't have to be Grunt. You just have to be level 23. Okay, so let me get my horse. Alright. Assets loading. So once you're level 23, you just have to simply go down this main road until you find the boar area, as I like to call it, because there's like a lot of boars that spawn in this area right here, where you're about to encounter the cave. So just go to the right here. You can see like all these boars spawned. And then you should see a barrier, excuse me, that's coming up, and a couple signs, or like one at least. Yeah, there's a sign right here. There's this big blue transparent barrier, and it says jungle level 23 required. So let's go in. The jungle area I find to be like a really cool place. You'll see. If my assets can load perfectly. What should they have? I personally find the music to be really nice as well. I mean, for some it wouldn't really fit, but I personally find it liking. So the new mobs here are giant fowls, which this one is actually teasered. It's like a flying peacock. Alright. Over here are spiderlings. No, 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 go away. I don't want to kill you. These guys, they all drop materials. These guys drop giant fowls, I think. These guys drop malachite ores and spider shells. These guys, like, the spiderlings spawn all over the spawn area. Spider fangs. Yeah, they're all true about that, big spiders. This is like my little shortcut right here to get to the big spiders. And also there's mosquitoes there. Killer mosquitoes. This is where the big spiders spawn. There's like 2 of them. Oh, there's one right there. Two usually spawn at a time, and they're really strong, like seriously strong. I mean, look how tanky it is, and look how quickly this guy is dying. Even with level 35 armor. And, yeah, and those guys drop spider fangs, if I didn't mention that. These killer mosquitoes, they actually drop insect wings for the shield, I think the shield, and for the daggers, which I'm gonna get all the weapons for. I'm gonna get the daggers and the shield because that's all I'm missing. Now over here, we should see some oak minions. These oak minions have dropped malachite ore and a very rare chance to drop green scales, which are used for the shield and the armor. They're rare for me, since I have types and drop chance. And there's one final mob that I want to showcase. It's on the left side of the map. Let me just get over there really quick. Oh, by the way, guys, you should try and buy the paid access, because it gives you like a really big head start over the other players who don't have the Roblox for it. So if you can get like max level and get all the weapon sets to max, you're pretty much set for release. And these guys, these are the final ones. There are the leopards. They drop leopard pelts, which are used for the greatsword. Now, I want to showcase one more thing in this jungle before I move on. There's this big structure that's in development. It's actually the location of the next dungeon. You cannot enter it yet, since it's like a big thing that's blocking the way. I'm pretty sure the dungeon is in development and should be ready for release. Which means I think the level cap would be maxed, would be increased a bit by the time release is coming out on Friday, which I'm really hyped for. Here's the structure to enter the dungeon. As you can see, it's just the wall, which means there's like nothing else behind here, which I'll show you right now. If my camera can angle this correctly. Yep, see, there's nothing here. So like I said, dungeon is in development, but it should be ready for release. If you want to try and level grind here, I highly disregard it and do the dungeons instead, because the dungeons give a lot more experience than just the mobs here. And they're also really strong, especially the especially the big spiders and oak minions. Okay, let's just go to the village. Wait, not the village. The fields. Sorry. The fields have not changed. Have not really changed at all, except some mob placements. The boars have actually been categorized as mid-level mobs. Like instead of the boars spawning here, like I showed you that they spawned all the way over there where the jungle area was. So now the beginner mobs are giant frogs, and the tortoises, and then the mid-level mobs are like the shroom guards and the boars. And by the way, there's nothing over there. Seriously, there really isn't. It's just like a big dead end. So they did fix some things in this latest update. They fixed the Trident Blade, which can now actually be used. If I can equip that. Trident's Bane. Yeah, it looks really sick, especially since it fits my armor. Someone mentions that it looked like a sponge. Alright. A little bit more AC. Right. There's some shroom tortoises over here to the left, and then and over there as well. Other than that, there's nothing changed at all in this floor, and even the dungeon. Grunt is still the same. I think they nerfed the dungeon to where it's not that difficult anymore. But I personally don't find a difference in it at all. I still think it's just the same as an alpha. Well, anyways, let's just go to the cave and do a dungeon run, because I need to actually level up my greatsword level to where I can get the shark spear, where I can use the shark spear, sorry. Alright. There's another guy that's using the Trident Bane. Trient's Bane? I don't... It's... it's spelled like Trient, but I pronounce it as Trident. I don't know. Alright, let's go in. Another difference, if you saw in the bottom left corner, you'll actually be notified if you get an item drop, but only if you already have the item in your inventory. So like if I were to already have like an ant claw, if I were to get another one, the chat will notify me saying that I got an ant claw. And the same would go for all other material drops. Sadly, you still can't one-shot mine goblins in this game, even with the best sword and stats in the game, which sucks. Okay, it just sucks. There's still no attack speed in this game apparently, because the greatswords haven't been buffed. But the best damage in the game, as you can get right now, is the dual-wielded Swift Blades, which actually deal over 200 damage, 2,400 damage, compared to the Greatsword, which is 2,300 damage. And I'm including the damage formulas in this little calculation thing, since the Greatswords don't have attack speed, or great attack speed has been implemented at all yet. Which means the daggers are still the weakest in the game. And I've only seen like 3 people use the daggers. Which sucks. Which really does suck. But I'm gonna have to use daggers eventually if I want to get everything maxed out. I did get my stats to level 40 in alpha, so I can most certainly do that again in beta, most certainly. I'm also gonna stay tuned for another video that's gonna be coming up shortly, where I have a person actually suggest me a game. It's kind of like a tycoon, so I'll be recording that, and which will actually be my first time ever playing the game. No joke, I've actually never played that game ever. So yeah. Let's just do this dungeon run, and then we can call it a day for Shard. And then I'll get to the game. Oh, these cave worms. Poor cave worms. I won't be editing this video just because I've explained a lot of information. So I won't be skipping this dungeon run. I'll just simply upload to YouTube when I finish recording it. There goes my my trove. There goes my trove stuff. Guess I won't be playing that for a while, for probably a very long time, because I still got a lot to do here. I could give you guys some tips. If you want to level up quickly, if you have the money, try getting some Robux to get double experience. And probably like double coins or a double drop chance to get your weapons faster. And then you can just do dungeon runs for days until you get to level 40. And then you can do the same for the other weapon types you want to level up. And then for money, just do dungeons. You generally get like I get like 7 silver per dungeon run at least. Last time I checked, so it's really good for cash. If you were to get that with double coins, that would be pretty insane. 14 silver per run, which will give you almost an entire amount in just 2 runs. Two 100% runs. Like 100% is mean you killed all the mobs, including Grunt. The dungeon isn't much of a challenge for me anymore, since I have already the best stuff on the game. If you want to join my guild, well, not technically my guild, but if you want to join, I'll leave it in the group description, and you can check it out and see if you want to join. If you want to, try and hit up the leader, and then he'll invite you to the guild end game, and then he'll accept your invitation from the ROBLOX website. We're a small guild for now, but we're like one of the strongest right now. We're literally all level 25 pluses, at least. Except for like 2 people, but that's it. Other than that, we're like half of us are already level 40, including the leader. So we're pretty much all experienced players at this. Alright, let's see. I don't think I'll be editing the Tycoon video either. Just because it's simply my first time playing it and I want to share the full experience with you guys. Oh, I forgot to mention, two-handed greatswords have cleave damage now. So you can deal multiple, you can hit multiple mobs, but you'll lose 10% of your damage per mob you hit. So if you were to have a single mob hit, you would do full damage. But if you had like 3 mobs, the third one would have like minus 20% of your damage, or 3%. Ugh. Okay. We're more than halfway done with the dungeon. It's just this like middle section right here. I highly suggest trying to farm for the endgame gear, because pretty much the shop items, they're like highest damaging swords are like 1.1k, and the strongest sword and the strongest weapons in the game deal like 2k damage, except for the daggers, because you know they're that weak. But still, that's like that's almost a double. That's pretty much almost a double upgrade, which is like double your damage, which is pretty insane. And if you're wondering what the strongest weapons in the games are, it's basically the dual-wielded swift blades, because 70% of that plus 50% of that is equal to. Did I already explain it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already explained it. Fuck. God damn it. Alright, so we're almost done with the dungeon. There's this last full room before we get to Grunt. Oh snap. Woot. I'm also pretty hyped that I'm getting close to 300 subscribers, which is a pretty insane goal. I didn't expect to get like 300 subscribers in like almost a year, or pretty much a year. I'm not sure, but that's pretty insane how many people that support me that I already have, which is really insane. Thank you guys so much for the support. Really do appreciate it. Keep in mind, I'm still like busy with school, and I'm trying to. trying to get my grades as best as I possibly can. It's like, I'm not trying to get like honors best, but I'm trying to get like passing best. Like, at least pass the class, at least. Which I want to try and go for. But that's clearly not working. Oh no, my first time dying. I have to go all the way back. Ripperinos. Huh. I apparently have a weapon equipped, even though I didn't equip my weapon. I just realized how badly it looks. No offense, but I realized how bad this sword would look like without the horns. Cause basically that's basically how the sword would actually look like. The sword would look so dull without the horns, the horn meshes. Cause I just noticed like the bottom of it. I can show you. It's just this bottom part. Looks really weird. Still looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. Still looks really nice. Woot! Kind of a cough was that? It's like almost like a fake cough. I have no school next Monday. Because of Rosh Hanukkah or Rosh Hashanah. I don't even know where I got that word from. I think I remember it when I was like a child. Rosh Hanukkah. Get out of here, Ochre. You're nothing to me. Nothing. Oh, my throat is acting really weird. I'll get a drink later. As always, guys, be sure to suggest games in the comments down below. I really do appreciate trying to play other games. See if I like them or not. I'm really interested in RPG games, like this one for example. And Gordio RPG and things like that, the more popular RPG games. I really do like those. And shooting games, apparently. But mostly RPG games, definitely. What if Grunt drops his right eye? That would actually be pretty cool for the one-handed swords. You can just see like the center of the hilt having his right eye on it. That would be pretty freaking awesome. Alright. Already got Grunt down to half health. This would be a lot faster if I had the other two-handed sword. This just shows how overpowered you can be in the end game. I'm taking almost no damage from Grunt right now. And that's with me dodging. Why am I even trying to dodge? Then again, I don't have that much defense, so... Yeah, there you go. There's Grunt down. Ooh, almost level 36. Alright. I guess that'll do for this video. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please sure to leave a like in the video and comment down below what games you want to play. I always do try and get your games out as best as I can. I will get that Tycoon video out later today, so be sure to look out for that. And yeah, this is Sonic F8. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I'll see you then. Goodbye.